I looked at it. So I keep looking at it. I took a screenshot, and it's a UFO.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 3 for 3. I don't know what I'm taking a picture of. All I know is,
Right.
it just happens.
Right. When you took this picture, what time was that?
Oh, I'd say it was about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. All right.
It's just a nice day out where I live. It's white clouds and, blue sky. And as you can see, it's next to a cloud.
For you folks that just joined us on YouTube, we do apologize. Apparently there was just a note from them. I've never seen that before. But you can catch up with us. This is about UFOs and more. And Ed's on the line. He had taken a picture out of his backyard just during the daytime, about 1 o'clock, you said?
About 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, yeah. And you're just like, hey, this is beautiful. And you just took a picture of a yard, which I have up right now, everybody.
Well, what I did is I have an awning on each side.
Mm-hmm.
My house is north and south. The sun is east and west. So I just walked outside. It was a nice, gorgeous day, as you can see in the pic. Blue sky, white puffy clouds. It just looked really wonderful. So I took a pic.
Right.
Walked back to the swamp cooler. Sent it to my cousin. He says, "Hey, did you look on the right side?" I said, "Right side of what?" He says, "The pic."
Right.
So I started looking at it. Sure enough, it's one of those guys.
Right. Unbelievable. Now I've got a closer up. This is the wide angle part of this all. And let's see what this YouTube's doing. Anyway, this is the wide and this is up close. Now this is cool. This is cool right here. There it is. You see it there? Up there, you can see it over there. There it is. There, yeah, right there. All right. Now I've zoomed in on that. And that looks that's a craft.
I can barely hear you, Larry.
I said that's a craft, and it is. Yeah, it is. It is like the real McCoy here, folks. And it's an average day.
I've been watching. What is it, Cowboys and UFOs, or UFOs and Cowboys?
Yeah, I'm really didn't get off on. I didn't do much for me, to tell you the truth. It really
I saw some of the stuff, but it's like how much is made up and how much is real.
Right.
Because it's more of a reality show, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting. It is what it is, what they have, and these guys are actors, or maybe not. I don't know.
Well,
you're on a reality show, more or less. You're right. But
I can barely hear you.
I said you're on a variety show. That's about it.
Oh yeah.
And
you have to, I've done one.
Yeah.
And you have to make it, so the audience is intriguing and this and that and everything else. And you have to suck them in.
Right.
So, I understand everything, but some of the stuff, with what they said, I really believe in, because a lot of the people that have touched the animals,
mm-hmm.
been involved with that stuff,
mm-hmm.
has ended up with some type of like a cancer or whatever.
Well, when they showed you the animals that were cut up, that was the real McCoy stuff. I go, wow, Linda Howe would have loved that one.
Right.
That was just too real. I was just too well done. If it was going on now, mind you, that these were cut up and put together and what have you. So it takes hours and hours to do all this stuff. And it just doesn't happen as the film is rolling. It's not happening that way. Different episodes.
But the thing that you have to remember is, what is it? And that everybody that touches it ends up contacting something. It's like
that's
some type of a rare disease, or they end up with, they can't breathe, they can't do this, they can't do that. What is it that's so involved with this?
Well, I several things. These, whatever they are, that come up and take these animals and drop them off and lay them out like that. That's surgically done, and there's no blood. Now, take blood out of a cow or animal, you've got to have a machine that does that. And there's nothing going on. They're not hearing a machine. The trucks out there doing all this stuff with some type of generator. These cattle or animals that have this been done to, it's too precise. It's done by a very sharp laser looking type of device that would do that.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're more advanced than we are.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is are they us?
Well,
there was a craft that crashed in Kingman, Arizona back in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And A-Rod was the gentleman's name, and he said that he was from the 80s.
This A-Rod, you said it was? A-Rod?
Yeah, his name was A-Rod.
Yeah, now, he didn't look like us, though. A-Rod did not. He was an alien, like a gray, but an older gray, and, I mean, I've seen him.
Right.
And now, remember, back in the 80s, okay, maybe he arrived in the 80s. I don't know. Or went back and forth or somehow related to the 80s, but they got him years ago, I thought, back in like the 50s.
Well, I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's hard to think that. I've heard.
A lot of it's like stories. A lot of the stuff that I listened to and I watched on History Channel. Okay. But the picture that I took of Area 51 was spot on.
Right. I'm going to show that picture here.
I mean, if you saw that episode and think of everything that was said and other episodes that was said, the picture that I have proves everything was right that the History Channel says. You can't debunk it with my pick.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing that you can debunk is the one where the alien had everybody go out and buy him a stereo because they love listening to music.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one that you can debunk is where the aliens and the military got into it. And the military was the loser.
Well, that's interesting.
So, I mean, you can't debunk that they weren't
right
security for the weekend. You can't debunk about the white truck. You can't debunk about a spacecraft. There's nothing that you can say isn't true no more.
I've been
trying. And the thing that I'd like to say is, right now, all these people that are coming forward, these whistleblowers, what proof do they have?
Well, that's what I'd like to see.
Bob Lazar,
he's the one that's got close to it. I shake my head when these whistleblowers come out. They're going to talk about, you have to refer to this or whatever. Yes, they are whatever entities, but give me a picture. Give me something I can see tangible that we can see. I mean, we've got the Tic Tac thing. I got that. We get that, but we've had pictures all over the world showing crafts, UFOs, but how many are fake? You know what I'm saying? And then
look at the gentleman from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
He saw that spacecraft wherever it was, Minnesota or whatever.
Yeah,
saw the white suits show up.
Right, that'd be Ken.
And then they went back and said, "Hey, where was it?" And he did everything for them.
Right.
The stuff is out there. They just don't want to say anything. And as far as I'm concerned, today's whistleblowers, that's what they are. Mm-hmm. They're blowing crap up your butt. They have nothing to show. They can't debunk anything. Yeah. Just like Lazar. Lazar had everything. He had proof. He talked about S4. He talked about Area 51. Mm-hmm. He talked about his ID. He talked about Janet. He talked about the aircraft. Mm-hmm. He talked about what he was supposed to do. These guys, I haven't watched anything because you know why? I don't believe them.
Well, that's
why.
That's your prerogative. I'll tell you, when this guy came out just recently to Congress, pretty interesting what he had to say, but I want to see some evidence. Like here it is right here, right in front of me. Right here's the picture, and this is where it's at. what have you. He couldn't tell a lot because, well, I guess he's under oath. He take an oath, as you're in the military, secret. You can't talk about that, man. You go to prison. So, here he is, can only give you so much. And how much are we getting? Not much. No.
The Tsar took an oath, and look what it cost him.
Yeah.
It depends on how far you want to go.
Well, they actually...
is the way I see it. I mean, look, I'm not a government agent or anything like that. I'm just a nobody.
Well,
look at the 3 picks I've pulled.
Yeah,
in the last 8 years. I mean, the best pick is my one from Area 51.
Yeah, the one with the pickup, and I'm trying to find that one. And
I mean, it's like, wow, really? The only thing that I regret is I didn't put my 200 on, and I just used my 50.
Yeah, well,
but
it's like there's something in the sky. Go take a picture.
Everything that I've experienced, everything that I've watched on TV, as far as that area, as far as the truck, as far as everything, they're spot on. I mean, they were spot on. All of a sudden, what happened? It all got shoved underneath the carpet when Jesse Ventura came out and started to say stuff.
Boy, and Jesse's in Mexico. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, he does not have much. I mean, he's kind of like off the grid big time,
He's in Mexico.
Yeah.
He's hiding.
Yeah.
And that's sad because he's a former SEAL. He contributed to our country, and he just spoke the truth, just like Trump.
Yeah. Well, they're after him. I don't know, man. I'd be that scared. That's pretty heavy duty. Now, I've had the Man in Black come by. I mean, I could deal with that, but I've got nothing to be worried about, and I'm not afraid of anybody. Well, the one thing I gotta say is that good old USA. I love my country, but I don't like what the government's doing. That's just the bottom line.
No, and I really don't want the conversation to go that way.
No,
because
I get it.
I mean, if you allow me to touch on this, I will.
Well,
I feel that what's coming out about the UFOs and the aliens and everything else is just to grab our attention, just like they've done in the past. For everything else, to take everybody away from looking at this, look over here instead of over here. I have not seen anything. Well, I haven't listened to it because I refuse to, because it's coming out of the government. Anything to debunk. I mean, as far as I'm concerned,
Ed, we have another caller.
Okay.
I want you to carry on your conversation. Hello, caller. Where are you from, and what's your name, please?
Aloha. This is Nikki.
Hello, Nikki. How you doing?
Hey, pretty good.
Nice to have you. I'm sorry we got the YouTube kind of had a little bit of a problem, but they punched us back in.
Yeah, I watch you on YouTube today.
Good. Nikki, what do you think about all this UFO stuff? I got Ed on the line with you, and Ed took a picture.
Listening to Ed. Yeah,
Hi, Nikki. How are you?
I'm in Vegas now, but I'm from Hawaii.
Yeah, I know. I can tell. I can tell by the way that you carried yourself and the way you talk. So, aloha.
Aloha. So I'm from the Big Island, and I used to work in the Keck Observatory, on the Mauna Kea, in the summit.
Wow. Oh, that's cool. That's totally cool.
The telescope,
Yeah, that's totally cool.
Yeah. And I just work in, just janitor, cleaning,
Cool.
Anyway, I listen to these people. They're talking about UFOs, and this is what I heard. You can tell me if you think it's bullshit, it's BS or not.
Okay.
But I listen. I listen to people. I'm cleaning and whatever. But this, what I hear, they have the new telescope in the orbit. What is it called?
The Webb.
The new one. They put up the
Webb.
The telescope in space.
The Webb telescope. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Webb. Yeah. Anyway, I hear them. The government don't want to say that there's alien people because people are going to freak out. Hey, can you imagine? hey, it's aliens. The government going to say, hey, aliens here.
Yeah.
Everybody going to freak out, you know? So what I heard they're going to plan is they have the telescope and they can see, planets far away. And they can see, oh, this
Galaxies.
planet has
Yeah.
pollution.
Hmm.
But this planet is far away, you know, many, many light years away.
Mm-hmm.
But they can say, hey, look at this planet. It has pollution, artificial pollution from intelligent life form.
Mm-hmm.
So they break this to the people slowly, you know.
Let it come out slowly. Yeah.
And then maybe a couple of years they have a telescope and they have a picture of satellites circling a planet, a distant planet away.
Mm-hmm.
So they can say, look, there's alien life. There's life over there. Of course, it could be, you know, 50 light year, 100 light year, whatever, far away. So we can, as people, we can digest it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? I overhear this. Like, this is the plan would be slowly to tell the world that there's aliens. To say it slowly, hey, we see this far away. And then they announce it. And then they say, look, we see this other planet far away that has satellites orbiting their planet. So it definitely is intelligent life. But it's not, in the beginning, they don't want to say it's close. They want to say it's far away so we can digest it as human beings. Does this make any sense? And I heard this,
it does.
you know, it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, so you're saying that they're going to give us so much.
The plan from the government
Yeah.
and the people that run the telescope and the NASA and all these people.
Well, there's a saying, it goes like this.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
And NASA and all that too. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Yeah,
my language.
yeah, that's all right. So, Nikki, so when they're cleaning up, do you hear them talk about certain things in this conservatory?
No, I look. When I clean up, I listen to the people talking.
Yeah.
And I overhear these people. I don't know, they're joking, but they say the plan is to slowly tell the people of the world that there are aliens, but tell them slowly by saying that they're far away first. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, but I've been told that they're here now.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
But they say they cannot say this because it shocks the people.
It would scare them.
If the government say, hey, look, we have an alien, it's right here. Everybody's gonna freak out, man.
Yeah.
So the way to slowly introduce it is say, hey, look, aliens far away.
Yeah.
And then everybody gonna we're gonna say, oh wow, here is aliens.
Mm-hmm.
They are, but they're far away. But we're gonna accept the fact that
they are out there.
That there are extraterrestrial, alien people, whatever, in another planet. But it's easier for us to, as a people, to take it. Instead of freak out, we say, "Oh, it's far away. It don't affect us." But we start to get used to the idea.
Yes.
And then a couple of years later, they say this, and then a couple of years later, they say, until finally they say, "Here are the aliens, right here." You know?
Right. Now,
can I jump in?
Yes, Jay, I was just waiting for you.
What do you think about this?
Ed?
The pic that I have of Area 51 is from about 8 or 9 years ago. And it shows a craft on the ground in Area 51. It shows 2 to 3 different species of aliens behind the imaginary line of Area 51. that it debunks everything that our government's been saying. That picture is 9 to 10 years old. How long have they been there before that?
Oh,
Lazar said that they were there a long time ago.
I believe they are here.
Oh, I know they are. I mean, I have a picture.
But my point is what I heard from these people in the Keck Observatory. They say that they don't. The plan is not to tell the people the truth. They want to slowly introduce the truth, because the people cannot handle it.
Oh, you're right about that. You're 100% right. The people can't handle the truth.
When I overheard this, when they say, "Oh, we're going to slowly introduce to the world the existence of aliens," I said that makes sense. It does make sense to do this. So, I don't know when, but I can see they recently started putting out a lot of photos of the new telescope.
Right.
So more data is coming in. And I think in the near future, they're going to have it. Like, hey, look, it looked like it's probably life on this planet far away.
Right.
And we can say, as people, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat, but it don't affect that. We don't freak out. We just say, wow, that's pretty neat,
It's a diversionary tactic,
later,
my friend.
they introduce more until they say, oh, by the way, they're here,
Now, let me ask you something, Nikki. What do you think they want if they arrive here? What do you think their message is? What do you think that they really want to say to us?
Me personally, I think they've been coming here since human being has been in caves, and guiding the species, the human species, because we as people, as human beings, not been around that long. And even like smart, organized people, or people that make cities and plans and this type, we haven't been around that long.
No.
So it's very short time for people to be dominant. People are the dominant animal on the planet. Other animals have been around for a long time.
Oh yeah.
They don't dominate.
Yeah. Do you think that
humans, monkey people, whatever you want to call it, and they help? This is my theory.
Yeah, I get it.
They help the monkey people, and we accelerate them.
Man.
So we
genetics
can be dominant on the planet.
Yeah. The dinosaurs. Was that an experiment? What do you even think?
I think they were just animals that were here.
I think we're an experiment.
There
Could
you go.
be.
Interesting.
The dinosaurs were just put here to see what could live here and see what could cohabitate and do whatever. We, I think, are the experiment of an alien nation. That's what I feel. Because I feel like people look at us through a telescope and see what we're going to do. I mean, look, every time we do anything nuclear, who shows up?
They do.
It's not Mickey Mouse and Goofy. It's aliens.
Yeah. And very well documented.
Hey,
who is it? It's not Mickey Mouse. It's aliens.
Right.
Look at my picture from Area 51.
Bring us to the next level.
Real or is it Memorex? It's a real picture. We need to grab a grip and just say, look, we need to accept it. They're here. They've helped us. We're helping them, and it is what it is.
Yeah, but
if you stick your head in the sand, you're just like the rest of us.
Most of the people are going to say, yeah, maybe, but no proof.
No proof.
I got proof.
Until the actual government say yes, aliens exist, and I think that's the plan, is to slow introduction of existence of aliens.
I want you to meet these three guys.
Talking about aliens and bringing whistleblowers in front of their program to project what they want to project. I took my pick I sent it to numerous news agencies when I lived in Las Vegas. I even sent it to George Knapp and his assistant when they broke the Bob Lazar story. Did they touch it? No, they buried it. I went to MUFON. Did MUFON say anything? No, they buried it. Why? Because it's true. There are aliens that exist amongst us. They live in Area 51. I mean, if I'm not here tomorrow, then you know who came and got me.
I'll be looking
So
for
I'm
it.
not going to sit here and say it doesn't exist.
Right.
The picture I took was a fluke, just like the other two. Right place, right time.
That's great.
I used to be a
That's great,
freelance
brother.
photographer. I mean, what can I say? All I'm trying to do is say, this is what's this, this is what's this. Believe what you want, believe what you don't.
Well, there we go. I mean, that's about what it is.
My ancestors, they talk about visiting people from space or from the heaven coming down or coming from the ocean.
Right. You're from Hawaii. You should know about all this.
They've been talking about this for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Right. I mean, you guys are, to me, the Hawaiians and a lot of these other cultures are from the land, just like the Indians, just like the Alaskans. You guys are from the land. You understand everything. Us white
They're
people don't,
natives.
we have our head someplace where it doesn't belong.
Hey, brother, it's native people that were from this area.
Yes.
And like Native American, they've been there for a long time. And,
Correct.
The people that come over here and take the land, they don't have any roots. You know what I mean by roots?
Yeah.
But anyway, man, I wanted to share that with you, Larry, about what I hear when I work at the telescope. And these people, they want to. I tell my friend this. It's like, man, they want to announce the alien, and the plan is to do it slowly.
Well,
and
maybe
said,
that's their agenda.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, maybe
Let's
that's what it's
see
all
in the next
about.
couple of years that maybe they say, hey, look, there are a planet over here that maybe has pollution, or maybe it has gas that's from pollution.
Right.
And it's, they can tell this from the computer now.
Maybe you should enrich your people. Maybe you should teach them to look into the skies and see what's going on. Maybe it's your calling to do all this.
Well, they call them the star people. They call, star children.
Right. And that's what I'm saying about this gentleman. Maybe it's his time to step up and teach his people what everything's about. I mean, we're all brought here for a reason.
Look, my people know.
They know. Yeah.
They don't say, hey, these people don't exist. It's a combination of the culture, of people from the sky, people from the ocean, smart people, or kings and queens that's coming hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And you hear this from I got a brother who's Apache, American Indian.
Great.
They say the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. You're right.
They say the same thing. American Indian, Hawaiian people, Polynesian people, Eskimo people is all the same blood,
People of the land. Just like your people. People of the land.
Yeah. Yes. I've got a hat. I'm going to go get it right now. Keep talking.
Anyway, brothers, let me go. I'm going to eat my dinner with my family over here. I like to call and listen to your show. And everybody have a good night. And pray for Hawaii and Maui and aloha to both of you.
Aloha. I love Hawaii and Maui. Mm-hmm. I pray for you people every day.
Aloha.
Thank you,
God bless you.
brother.
Thank you kindly, my friend. What a deal, huh? Ed, I'll tell you, we're going to open the lines up here and see if we get some more calls. Stand by.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Now, here again, Glenn Larry.
And sir, you are on the air. Where are you from? What's your name?
Ken from Florida.
Ken, thanks. Oh, I'm so glad you called. We just talked about you a little earlier about the UFO that you saw. And
Wild man. What's going on?
Not much, not much.
Ken, a question here for you. I want you to tell a bit of the story about the UFO you saw and where it was at and what you saw about that UFO.
It was in Enola, Pennsylvania.
Okay, go ahead.
It was on Tower Road, 1976.
1976, a year after, right?
And that guy that you just had on there is spot on.
Well, great.
He is telling you
Nikki.
exact truth.
Mm.
It's been attached on my back. It's a monkey on my back, and it's on me every day that I lived since 1976. You can't get it off. You can't do nothing about it. It's there. It's like you get too close. You get too close, and you get something on you.
Yeah.
And
when you say on you, is it is it a magnetic thing on you? Is it like a patch of something on your skin? Is it what is it?
Spot. It's a black spot on my back.
Wow.
It constantly, every time you think about what I saw, this thing will itch. If my wife scratches that once a day, she scratches it 50 times. And she says there's nothing there. It's a black spot. She says it looks like a blackhead. I said, well, there's something there.
Yeah, that's weird.
There's something there, but it's just something I'll never forget. When I come to Pennsylvania, I'll get on your show, and anybody wants to see where this happened, I can take them there. Now, it's changed a little bit. The road's blacktop. It's not dirt like it was then. And I don't know. I don't know if the people that live in those couple of houses down there will be as hostile as they was back then. They were very hostile because I had some visitors and I took them down. I showed them. They said, "You think one of the neighbors would talk to me?"
Right, right.
I said, "Well, get on there and talk to that guy in the end house." I said, "He's not going to be so happy with you."
Right.
They didn't talk to him. He run them out.
Okay, now Ed has a question for you, Ken.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Ken.
Yeah.
You speak of everything that you encountered back in Pennsylvania. You speak of the stuff that you've encountered where you live. Was it an orb that went through you, or was it something that you came in contact with the craft?
I think it's something that I come in contact when I got too close to it. I have no idea what it is. It's just something is on me.
What's it feel like?
Huh. I asked him that.
It feels like an itch that you can't stop.
What's it look like?
It's a little spot, I'd say, as small as a 7.5 shot out of a shotgun, 7.5 shot. It's just a little black spot. But it constantly itches, and she scratches it and scratches it. It never gets red in that area.
Do you think there's
something? I don't know what it is.
Ken, do you think there's something under the skin within, like an implant or something?
I don't know.
Now listen, you may have sat in your truck or your car when this happened, but I mean, what I'm asking is this: maybe you went somewhere, they knew you were there, and they took you and brought you back. I don't know.
Well, if you're wearing white clothes and you got a shield over your face, what are you afraid of?
Yeah,
right. But let me ask you this:
Go ahead, Ed. Go ahead.
Is there any time frame where you feel like you've blacked out? You're missing seconds or minutes?
No, I got home that night about, I'd say it was before midnight. I was out there for quite a while. I wanted to wait for everybody to leave before I went out between where I wasn't supposed to be.
Right, but you did touch the craft?
No, I was about 400 foot from it.
How far?
About 400 foot. I took pictures of the area, and I sent them to Larry, and I took pictures of the towers on both sides of the road. The river where I think it went, I sent those pictures to Larry.
I've been trying to find them, and I can't. I have to get some more of those from you.
So the reason why I'm asking you about your black spot and the way that you feel and everything is because I've watched a lot of different shows. They talk about an orb. the orb that has gone through people, especially at the ranch up in Utah,
Yeah, Skin Ranch.
Skinwalker.
Skinwalker.
The orbs have caused cancer. So I was just curious of if it caused something, if it didn't, or if it just, makes your body feel
I
different.
don't have no sickness that I know of. Well, I got sickness, but that's from my age.
Right, correct.
No, I'd say no.
No.
I
Interesting.
mean, I'd like to take everybody right there and we'd reenact that thing. And then see what either Newcomer Army Depot or Fort Indian Town Gap would have to say about what I seen that night. The only one that really knows more about it is Stan Gordon.
Yes.
And he lives up in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, and he's tied in with MUFON.
I had him on my show, Ken. I don't know if you remember, and I'm going to talk to him about that with you off the air probably soon. When I have him back on again, he's very busy.
He is the Kecksburg expert.
Yeah, he's very busy. I've got a couple of them out that are.
He knows more than I know.
Right. I'll tell you.
He's a nice guy. And I love coming on your show, Larry, and I like talking to these people. I want to talk to the flat earth man, the one that lives up there in the cloud.
Yeah, we're going
eats our food, but he eats gold too.
Yeah. Well, everybody gets a piece.
Really got me. I don't know what kind of teeth he has that he's eating gold, but I'd just like to ask him a few questions.
Yeah, we're going to have the captain back on, the Galactic guy, and we'll have the Flat Earth guy on again. It's very interesting stuff. I mean, everybody gets a piece of the pie here, and we want to make that very clear. I take these people as what they say. All right, I'll take it as what they say. It's true or whatever. I go with it. All right. All I ask, no bad language, and that you are respectful in the air, of course. And it's working. It's been working very well for us, and our numbers are up. They dropped off for a while. We're a Facebook problem, getting that taken care of finally. And if I keep these phones up, maybe I'll get one of those winding phones, so I have it going all the
the government's after you, Larry.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't doubt it.
Where are you from?
Ed?
South Carolina, did you say?
Ed?
Oh, I'm originally from Southern California. I've lived and worked all over the world. I live about an hour or so out of Nevada, south. I don't want to really say where I'm from.
No, that's fine.
I've been to Area 51, but I don't think that's the one where they keep what they find. I think you'll find that's Area 53.
That's what I hear.
Well, 52 we know is in Antarctica, but it's Area 53 is where they keep what they call the artifacts, whatever that is.
Artifacts, yeah.
Not many people ever talk about Area 53 or 54, but
I have to say you're partially wrong, my friend, because my picture debunks a lot of the stuff that people are saying. I mean, what can I say?
They can't shut me
not
up now.
manufactured.
I know what I've seen. I know who was there, and
right.
No more I can do. Most of the people's passed on, but I'm still here. And anybody that wants to see it, when I go to Pennsylvania, I'll talk to Larry, and they can come there. I'll show them right where it happened at.
Right. I need to get a hold of Randy, this one guy you said that saw it also. I want to get a hold of that gentleman.
Yeah, I'd like Randy to talk to
his buddy. Well,
I told you,
no
and
names,
get him on the air to tell you he was a police officer.
Yep.
The other police officer now, they chased it from both ends, and he's dead. But
I have a picture up here on the screen. This is a craft that has been seen everywhere. If you can see it, this is one of the crafts that have been seen in Nevada, and also, Florida. It's been on down. It makes its rounds. Trust me. These crafts can do anything, go anywhere under the water, into space. There's just nothing stopping them. So, I mean, their technology is so advanced. I mean, if they were a threat, it would be over tomorrow or the day that they arrive. It could happen. So I don't know what the agenda is with these folks or us back in the future. I have no idea. So
I think their agenda is to find out why are we such a hostile country or a
Well,
hostile world is what I really think, because they're here to teach us certain technology, which we've learned.
yeah,
And I think they want to know why we are such hostile. Look, back in the 50s and the 40s, with the nuclear bombs and this and
Right,
that and everything else. I mean, they met with Eisenhower back in the 50s. I mean, if you can't wrap your head around that, I'm sorry, there might be something wrong or you don't believe, which is your prerogative. But I
Ken,
feel that it's like a 50-50 deal.
maybe so.
They're
Ken,
either here to protect us
are
and give
to
us the technology that we'd like, or we're teaching them how to be aggressive and go out into the rest of the universe and go fight everybody.
well, I just hope we're not food. That's all I hope that we're not. Ken, when was the first time you ever heard about UFOs, Ken?
Well, to tell you the truth, I never really heard much about that except my dad talking about Eisenhower.
Good dog there.
He took a trip. He went, I don't know the validity of that. But my dad didn't like Eisenhower, so.
Yeah.
But no, I really never heard that much about him until I was at the station when the call came in on the radio on the cruiser about this UFO. And by God, I had to go be nosy, and I think I got too close.
Well, at least now you know. I mean, it's something you're living with the rest of your life. Then
Well,
you have answers.
I know that it's a great big torque converter. But whatever was in that thing, it had to be awful small.
Oh,
because I'm telling you, that door was no more than 3 foot by 3 foot.
Huh.
From what I could see at my distance.
Right.
But nothing come out. And they didn't win. If they went in, they had to get on their belly and crawl in that thing.
No, there's been stories that they're shorter than 3 feet. There was an incident, I think, back in Tennessee, where they attacked a family way back in the woods. And all the family had was a bunch of shotguns. And it was like a game to the greens.
Wow.
They'd shoot them, they'd roll up in a ball and back off and then come running at them again. And they were 3 feet, maybe less.
When was that, Ed?
So that was back in the 90s.
90s. Oh, they were on the roof and also the side of the house. And
What they did is the family lived out in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like they do in Tennessee and all the other places.
Right.
And they just all of a sudden came down and started attacking them one night.
Wow.
And they were nothing but greens. I mean, if you look in the picture, the greens that I have.
You had said something about cow mutilations. Well, they got that right here.
Yeah.
Within 40 miles where I live.
Right. Yeah.
There goes my clock.
There goes your clock. Hey, well, Ken, listen, we want to thank you for calling us, Ken, and also Ed. I want to thank you both. We're going to open the lines up. We're actually a little after the hour of 8 o'clock. We are over.
Thank you for calling in, Ken.
Ken,
it's been great talking to you as always.
Yeah, hang on, everybody. I want to thank you both so very, very much from K-Ghost Radio and from myself. Ken and Dee, love you both. Ed, thank you so very much for calling in.
Oh, you're welcome.
And what a great show. We were late because something happened to YouTube, and also we put it right on. So
you have a great show, Larry.
Well, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
I enjoy it.
I act like I said to everybody, God bless you, be well, play well, and have fun. I am Glenn Larry. Thank you so very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Good night.
Good night.